Hey guys, welcome back to Barista Lab. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. Today I have something really exciting for you. I'm going to do a comparison video between a press pot and the Chemex brewer. They're both manual style brewing methods, but they're a lot different, and you'll see when we get to that in the video. I already have the water boiled, I already have the coffee ground, and I do have a how to brew with the Chemex video for you, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about how to brew. Mainly I just wanted to compare and contrast and to let you guys see what the results are from these two different brewing methods. Maybe you're trying to decide if you want to get a press pot or if you want to buy a Chemex. Basically, the press pot uses a very coarse grind. It's probably the coarsest grind of coffee that you'll use in any brewer. It's because the coffee actually steeps and sits in direct contact with water for an entire 5 minutes. That's a really long time. With something like the Chemex, the actual filter of the Chemex is very thick, so you use a medium to coarse grind. It's a little bit finer than with the press pot. The water does not sit in the coffee the entire time. It's funneling through. But the reason for the medium to coarse grind is this filter is very thick. All right? So let's get to it. So I wet the filter first, put the grinds in here. It's really easy. Both of these brewing methods are extremely easy, user-friendly. Yeah, shake it down just to level it out. I'm gonna do this one first. The reason I use a scale is so I know when to stop pouring water. One of the greatest things about using the press pot is that you don't need a pour over kettle in order to put water in. You could just dump the water into this brewer and it's not really gonna matter all too much. So let's get to it. And there you go. 450 grams of water. As you can see, this is a pretty large press pot. It's gonna give you, I'm only brewing enough for a cup, but it's gonna give you what you need there. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this over to the side. I have a timer going with the amount of time. It takes about 5 minutes. And while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the Chemex. So you're gonna have to have a pour over kettle for a Chemex, okay? And what I mean by a pour over kettle is something that you can control the flow rate of the water with, something with a handle that's like, you know, it's easy to pour. So let's do this. Both brewers take about the same amount of time to brew. If we're talking about time commitment, they take about the same time to brew. This is 5 minutes. A Chemex takes 4.5 to 5 minutes. But the thing is this is like a set it and forget it, while this, you kind of have to babysit and pour more water into it. Now, I really happen to like the process of making my own coffee, and I'll show you something at the end that the Chemex makes up for this time that you take to brew it. Alright, so let's keep going with this pour. This is a 3-cup brewer. I think it's maybe one of the cutest things in the entire world. Chemex comes with pre-folded filters, especially the 6, 8, and 10 cup. But for this 3-cup, you have to fold the filter yourself. The other thing about the 3-cup is you have to fill it up a couple times to get that, 3 cups of coffee. So we're done with that. One thing I'm going to do before I plunge this press pot is to give it a little stir that breaks the crust that's on the top of the press, and then I'm basically going to press it down. Super easy, very slowly, like as slow as you possibly can. You just want to make sure you get everything filtered. Alright, that's done. Now we're waiting for the Chemex to finish, but while we're doing that, I'll grab a couple cups. I really like this glass action I have going on here. So I have a Chemex cup, which is adorable. It goes with the brewer. And then I have a Bodum cup that goes with this press. So the idea behind the press is once you press the filter down, it stops the extraction because the beans are no longer touching the coffee. But let's just go ahead and pour this. Pour this out here. Okay, so it's like 1 cup of coffee. Alright, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So we have the cleanup now that's happening. And the cleanup with the Chemex is you take the filter out and you throw it in the trash. And you're done. Then you give the Chemex a little swirl, and you pour your coffee, and you drink it. Okay? Bada bing, bada boom. You're done. So for the French press or the press pot, after you enjoy your morning cup of coffee, you then have to take out the filter and figure out some way to clean the coffee out of the bottom of the press. That is definitely not my favorite part. I'm more of like I need to get my coffee and go kind of person. I like to read a book in the morning while I'm drinking my warm coffee right before I meditate. And after I meditate, even though I meditated, I don't really want to clean up my coffee mess. So that's why I prefer paper filters over metal filters for one, but it's also why I prefer the Chemex over, let's say, like a press pot, because it's really easy to clean up. The other reason I like the Chemex over, let's say, a press pot is because of the filter. Again, but because of a different reason. Because it's so thick, it filters all of the sediment out of the cup. It's a super crisp, clear, clean cup of coffee. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like no cloudiness, there's no sediment, there's nothing but the cleanest cup of coffee that you can have. Oh, so clean. Alright, so for the press pot, I filled this up a little bit too much. But check out how cloudy and like opaque and thick this is. I can see through the Chemex after it's done being filtered. I can see the camera over there. I cannot see a darn thing through this. So just to prove to you side by side what the Chemex filter is capable of, it's capable of a very, very, very clean cup of coffee. Now, I'm kind of a coffee snob, as you guys might be able to tell. I'm not like the snobbiest of the snobbiest, but I can almost just taste the bitterness of the coffee in my mouth on this one. It's like it's still there. It's almost like when you brew tea but you don't have a filter and you kind of have to sift through some stuff in your mouth. Anyways, I know ooh. You guys better just buy a Chemex. Like, even if you have one of these and you love it, it's your favorite thing, if you buy a Chemex, like, you'll definitely be able to see feel the difference in your mouth and also taste the difference. So coffees, they taste, these taste about the same. I just love the mouthfeel of the Chemex. I love the easy cleanup, and that's your comparison. I think that's the two biggest things are the end result, the sediment in the cup, and the cleanup at the end. And for those two reasons, I prefer brewing with a Chemex. But you guys let me know. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of angry people on the comments saying that they love their press pot and French press, and that's what's really cool about coffee is you can drink it how you like it, and there's kind of something out there for everybody. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know. Go ahead and leave a comment, or you can let us know that you liked it by subscribing. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when we post new content. And don't forget to head over to our Facebook, give us a like, give us a comment, and next time you're in need of anything coffee related, don't forget Barista Lab. So enjoy, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.